Greetings everyone, welcome aboard. My name is Joseph James. It's February 1st, 2011. Welcome to a brand new month. February 1st, Tuesday morning. We finished up a great month of January yesterday. Had a record-breaking month of January. Welcome 2011. Finished up January nicely. We get February started this morning, guys. Let's see how we did today. Here's your live team recap. Now again, today was another slow start to the morning. But we did see some pretty good patterns immediately. So we had a little bit of slow volume this morning, right? Red pace of tape, low ATR. The beginning was sluggish. But as you can see here, guys, we got our day started at 8:30 this morning. So we saw patterns almost immediately today. The first trade today happened about a half an hour to our day this morning. We sold the highs on crude oil. We had crude coming off at those highs. Crude came all the way down, right? Bounced off support, went all the way back up today. We sold those highs at the early part of the morning. Used a wave pattern and we got short. We then at 91 was major support. I tried to sell short at 91, got stopped out there. We learned our lesson, then took a two-step pattern and bought the lows, right, and got long for a nice big winner. So tried to keep selling below 91 even on crude today, but took a loss at 91 even on crude. We learned from that mistake, right? We saw momentum curl back up, bought those lows now, right? Bought support. We knew we had major support there at 91. We waited for it and we got back in for a big winner. Now, it was amazing today because before 10 o'clock, it was all crude, right? 8:30, 8:45, 9 o'clock, 9:45, even 9:50. Then at 10 o'clock this morning, what do we see? News came out, construction spending, ISM manufacturing, right? Now, it was construction spending that dropped like a rock. That had the gold started moving at 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock news comes out, all of a sudden the crude market's going sideways at 10 o'clock, right? Remember we had those trend lines, right, on crude. Crude after 10 o'clock was real tough, sideways and choppy. But gold after 10 o'clock, gold starts moving, right? We start moving after 10 o'clock and we took 6 back-to-back trades. We went wave pattern short, right? Seller retracement into a two-step long, buy those lows. We break new lows, seller retracement. Right? Take the profit at the next support level, buy those lows again. So again, after 10 o'clock, gold starts moving. 6 back-to-back trades. Wave short, two-step long. Wave short, two-step long. Wave short, two-step long. Right? It was an exciting time to be a trader this morning. This was one of the best days we've seen in a while. We were trading all morning. We began at about 8:30 this morning, and we didn't finish up until about 11:30. So great job today, guys. Great job. Let's see what today here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 trades. So as you can see, guys, on our best days, we'll take anywhere from 10 to 15 trades. Right? On our slower days, you'll expect 6 to 8 trades. All right? So here's a pretty good day today. You can see we began our day on crude and then finished up our day on gold, right? 8:30, 8:45, 9 o'clock, 9:50 on crude, 10 o'clock, 10:25, right? 10:50, 11:15 on gold. Now you'll notice we had a couple key things here to look at. We took that stop on the crude at 8:45, right? That was trying to sell there at 91 even. You can see I took 2 swings at it, 8:45 and 8:50. Tried to get that price to drop. Didn't drop for us though, so we ended up buying those lows back up. So on crude this morning, we had a lot of patterns early in the morning. Then after 10 o'clock, it's all gold. You can see that breaker two-step, wave two-step, wave two-step. Right? We kept making new lows on gold. New lows on gold, right? We're going to sell that retracement, then buy those lows back up. It was a fantastic example after 10 o'clock of how we used that combination trade, the wave short into a two-step pattern long. As you can see, guys, hold up, 350 ticks. 350 ticks, guys. It was 360, but I noticed we had a mistake there the last of the day, so it was only 350. So $3,500. That brings our monthly total here $3,500, weekly total $3,500, and of course daily total 350 ticks. Wonderful day in the room. We finished up a great month of January for $31,000 in January. We did $20,000 in December, and don't forget we did $45,000 in November last year. So we're trying to get back to that $45,000 mark. As you can see, we took a full week off in January, so add in a full week of trading in January, and you've got yourself 40 grand in January. So great month of January. We're having an amazing 2011 right now, and we anticipate this to only get better. So if you guys want more information, membership, guys, membership information, just let us know how we can help. All right, now we begin our day every day in the dollar. Here's my $1.34 range chart, and what do we see in the dollar? Now the dollar was originally why we had some concern this morning. We see the dollar is still in this little, right? The dollar is still in this little wedge pattern here. But the big concern here is you'll notice the dollar now is chopping around at these lows here. And that's pretty much where the dollar spent all day today. It kept chopping around this trend line here, up and down, up and down, up and down. Now remember, guys, when the dollar's dropping, I want to be a buyer. Dollar's rising, I want to be a seller. Now, this caught us off guard a couple times today, where we saw the dollar at one point today came all the way down and tested the 77,245. And so we're thinking, got to be a buyer, right? Well, not so fast. Remember, once we test that 77,245, then price bounced back up. Now it's a rising dollar. A rising dollar, I want to be a seller now. So make sure we focus on, is the dollar rising or is it falling? Not so much where it's been, right? I don't really care so much if it's already fallen, right? If it's already dropped, the move's already happened. All right, guys, it's the move itself that makes the other markets move. So if you're at the lows now, I can't look back on this and say, oh, the dollar dropped, therefore I should be long. Key word here is, right, it dropped, past tense. Now what's happened to the dollar? Is the dollar rising off those lows? If it is, I want to be selling. Now, what's the easiest way to find this information? What would be the easiest way? It would be on your time and sales, right? On your time and sales window. All right, guys, so read your tape. Read the tape. If you're seeing buy on the dollar, you want to be selling on gold and crude. All right, now this chart shows a good example of where we are, right? As you can see here, we chopped around that trend line, but the point I wanted to come across today, the point I want you guys to learn today is that you've got to be aware of what is the dollar doing right now, right? Not what it did 5 minutes ago, and not what it might do 5 minutes from now. What is it doing right now? That's the big key on the dollar. The dollar this morning, chopping around those lows. As I said, guys, the dollar this morning gave us an initial concern because we had a really slow market this morning at the open, but we had patterns right away, so we got right into the trading here. Here's my crude oil chart. Here's my crude oil. Now remember, guys, we traded crude until about 10 o'clock this morning, and then the crude started going sideways. Now, same thing from yesterday. We have this price channel here on crude, right? There's your price channel on crude. That's a pretty easy channel to define. What's going to happen now is I'll draw in one more trend line, and you'll see this now creates a major level of support at 90. And then we've defined our sideways range. Our sideways range we defined up here. We defined our sideways range up here, which meant that major support was here at 91 as well. So we had 90 and 91 was major support. So we knew 91 and 90 even major support. All right, guys? Now, what else do you see here? What else do we see? Price channel, sideways range. What does that mean for a sideways range? That means I want to buy these lows here, right? We come down, we're going to buy these lows. Now, what happened was, right, we're going to buy support. We're going to buy at 91. We're going to buy at 90. Now, obviously, hindsight's 20/20, right? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But this is where I got myself in trouble today on the crude. I began my day with a nice wave short, right? You can see it setting up right here. It's a wave pattern short. Took my profit off at 91. But then I get in trouble by trying to continue to sell, right? We were thinking maybe we'd come down to 90s. So I tried to continue to sell there, didn't work out as planned, and got stopped out there trying to sell below 91s. So the first trade of the day was a wave pattern short. I got stopped out trying to sell these lows, ended up buying these lows, and taking the price right back up. So I learned my lesson on the stop. All right, guys, let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Now, again, the first trade of the day happened right away, 8:30.